Hello everyone, Morty6 Essential Wrestlers here, and today, I'm actually going to give you guys an update of the channel. State of the channel, whatever name we're going to give it later on. I plan to give it a name, but that's beside the point. So this past year was, for me personally, outside of YouTube, was not my best year. I won't get into details to what happened, why it's not my best year. But for my channel, I think it was a decent year, or like an average. I'd say average or to decent year. Not necessarily my best year, since I didn't upload nearly as much, but I did upload enough for me to say it was pretty good. Now this year, I want to do something a little bit different compared to my normal years. Normally, my past years, I just do Marvel DC content. But this year, I want to do something completely different. I will not be doing any Marvel DC content this for 2025. I know, I can hear the comments, I know it sucks, but hear me out. Just for the past few years, I've only been doing Marvel DC content. And I'll be honest, I kind of want to do other stuff. I don't want to just strictly do Marvel DC content. And so that means for 1 year, I think it's best I take a break from Marvel and DC and start doing other stuff. But specifically WWE content, especially since today is going to be the Netflix debut on Raw. So that's why I would probably do more WWE content, since we have more content to work with. And that's another thing, WWE content. For this year, expect only WWE content, prehistoric or animal content. That's it. So basically, it's Marvel DC Extension Wrestlers is my username, just the extension and wrestlers part. Just for this year alone. This is because I rather do more stuff than just strictly just saying, oh, here's like, oh, who would win between like Batman and like the Flash or that. And I'll be honest, Marvel DC content has kind of gotten boring for me for a bit, at least on YouTube. There's really nothing I can really talk about. There's nothing really for me to talk about. So that's why I want to do this next year just strictly with WWE and prehistoric content and all that. That being said, that does not mean I will not be doing Marvel DC content. In fact, one of the things I will be doing is this. I'll be actually doing Marvel and DC up against WWE, which, I'll be honest, I think I prefer DC versus WWE. I much prefer that over Marvel versus WWE. Because here's the thing. Look, whether you like Marvel or DC, you can't deny that Marvel will destroy WWE in like 5 seconds. There is not one character that's not like Spider-Man in WWE. There's nobody like Spider-Man on the WWE side. And Spider-Man alone can literally solo everybody. But I'll be honest, is one of the things I really don't like about Marvel. They tend to make Spider-Man so powerful. He can practically take out Galactus at this point. Which, yeah, normally he can, but sometimes they make him so OP. He can take out Galactus, Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet at the same time. And that's like after they destroy the entire Marvel Universe. So, yeah, and plus, Marvel has more characters like that. For instance, like Wolverine, Deadpool. Yeah, there's no way a WWE superstar is going to win. But with the DC universe, they do have a little bit more powerful characters, but you can see them at least gain like a victory. For instance, if we put Spider-Man versus Undertaker, and the Flash versus Undertaker, and if you ask me which one is more fair, I'd say Flash versus Undertaker. Just because of the fact that, yes, Flash may be faster, but Barry would know who he's going up against, and that is just going to be basically a wrestler who's pretty much a fake fighter, so he's not going to go all out. even Spider-Man, when if he knows he's gonna fight, if you saw this 2002 Spider-Man movie, it would basically be what if Spider-Man fought a wrestler. You clearly saw, even in experience, he's still the wrestler couldn't even tag him. So that's why I kind of realized I think it's best we do DC versus WWE from now on. That being said, yes, tons of DC characters would pretty much just solo WWE. Reverse Flash, Doomsday, those two characters are practically the only guys who can solo them in like an instant. But I think that's kind of what makes this fun, if you know what I mean. The idea of superstars who have no chance against these godlike beings is fun. It's a fun concept. For me, at the very least. And that being said, I have been working really, really hard on a DC WWE crossover fighting game roster. Which, man, the moment that roster comes out, that video comes out, yeah, I want to put as much effort into it as I possibly can, because this is a crossover that I really want, like now. Just the DC heroes and villains up against the WWE superstars. It's like a crossover come true. I've loved this crossover idea for years. Just the idea of seeing Batman fighting The Undertaker is just, voila, 10 out of 10. Needs to happen. And it's like, yeah, I really want to see it. So I have that plan, and that's why I'm trying to put as much effort as I possibly can. On one hand, you see how normally when my, build the rosters, they usually have, clips. I'll probably just be using WWE video game clips, since I think that's the less likely to get copyright strikes. Whereas footage, it's way harder. It's way harder to appeal, and so yeah. Plus, I don't think it'll be the worst thing for the WWE to I'm using video game clips instead. But yeah. I also would like to say there will be no Marvel vs. DC YouTube show content like this year. Not saying I'm not gonna upload stuff or reveal stuff, but if you saw my on my Instagram or in the community post where I said this is Marvel vs. DC's 2024 was Marvel vs. DC's best year. We have tons of new characters. Tons of costume reveals. If you see that post, you're going to quickly notice how even I pointed out, honestly, real talk, I've actually been getting depressed and stressed out because of it. And obviously, health has to come first. I can't always push myself to the breaking point, to the point where it's wow, I'm going through a hard time and I'm just making myself worse by just talking about this violent show. Just because I was yeah. And I'll be honest, I think one of the problems with Marvel vs. DC is the amount of characters you have. You already have a lot of Marvel and DC guys, but then you have other world characters, and it's the show just becomes larger and larger. And sometimes it can really give me a lot of problems. For instance, if we look at the amalgam casting in the other universe together, that's 5 million characters in one show. So obviously I need to start trying to not push myself to the breaking point, but yeah, because the last two characters were Blade and Kraven the Hunter. We got those characters done because one of Kraven's movie was coming out, and I did a poll on my Instagram where it says which character do you want to see between the Fantastic Four, Dr. Octopus, and Blade, and Blade was the clear winner. So I decided, yeah. So that's gonna be more vs. DC content. So there'll be no more vs. DC content this year. That being said, that does not mean I'm not gonna post anything or reveal stuff. It's just that, or do any, just be a lazy bum. What I will be doing is just keeping more behind the scenes, a secret. Oh, here are all the characters I worked on for the costumes for the past year. So yeah. So that's Marvel vs. DC content right off the bat. There will be no content this upcoming year, but that does not mean you should not be oh no, that doesn't mean anything. But yeah. Also, there will be no collaborations this year. I think I should address that really right now. That being said, if I do a collaboration, it's either because it was either planned ahead of time, so it means it doesn't really count, because it was planned like months ago. So, and it was delayed until like now. That's the only time I'll do a collaboration. Any other collaborations? No. Initially, I was even gonna be okay if it was just to promote some of my channel, but I realized no. Not even I would want to do. I know promotion's good, but not from like that. That's not from like that. I'd rather promote my own stuff rather than have someone else promote it. So yeah, I'd rather do it on my own way. Because yeah, after the last time, I quickly realized I need to be a little more strict on like stuff like honesty and fairness. So, and that's kind of what I realized. If I want to collaborate, I have to be strict in like honesty. If there's a problem, they actually have to be honest and tell me like right off the bat, and not keep it for like months. Because that's kind of what happened last time. And that's why I decided, you know what, I don't think I should do collaborations for a while anymore. So yeah. So I pretty much got everything I want away. I do want to start doing other content as well. So even though I will not be doing comic book content, that being said, I will probably be doing some of my own amalgam universes. This isn't talking more about them. So it's because I kind of want to expand more of their worlds. I'm currently working on like 2 worlds, and I'm thinking of adding like a few more worlds but that's a story for another time. But yeah, that's gonna be future me's problem, not me now's problem. But yeah, I do want to start doing more videos on like discussing like these fictional worlds, like to address like how they are, like how dangerous they would be to live in, and all that. That's kind of what I want to do with those kind of worlds, with my fusion worlds. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm pretty sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, lots of stuff this year. Lots of exciting stuff. And oh yeah, the consistencies. Back in the day, or for a while, I used to upload like 2, 3 videos, possibly 4 or 5. Yeah, and you clearly saw the last few months I start uploading once a week, and the consistency in my videos will now just be once a week. Yeah. And I'll be honest, at a certain point, I started losing interest in recording videos, because I was like, how many videos do I want to upload? And I was like, I think I need to start uploading at least once a week, because I'll be honest, it's really been painful. And after watching Bloom's video about like when you frequent upload, I was like, yeah. And quickly realizing that it was impossible to upload like multiple videos in one day, I quickly realized, yes, I agree. It's like a nightmare, because like, what do you want to record? Do you want to record more DC or? So I want to start toning it down on the consistencies and only starting uploading like once a week, not once a month, like once a week. That way, it's easy for me to think of an idea to upload and get the video done, and simple like that. I don't want to go like 5 videos in one day. The next one is just no video because you have like 5 already. And then the next day after, the day after will be like 3 videos. Yeah, I think I should start being a little bit more toning down on the consistencies. I think like once a week, that should be good enough for me and everyone else. So that's kind of what I want to do. I'm gonna start uploading once a week, It doesn't really matter the day. Just expect Monday through Friday. Like sometime in between. Like today is gonna be uploading Monday. Next week, who knows what I could be recording. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. We hit 200 subscribers. Now it's 203, but still, I can't believe it. 200 subscribers. Um, the next big goal that I want to do is either hit 250 or 300. Fingers crossed we hit 300 this year. If we can hit 400, if we hit 400, voila. But I hope we can hit 300 this upcoming year. Yeah, the channel has been progressing as far, and yeah, I want to start recording more often. I do want to record at least like once a week. That way we can, for me, because obviously, as you know, uploading, like I just said before, uploading like 5 videos a day. No way, not anymore. I decided let's try to be a little bit more reasonable and understandable and just start recording once per week. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have. Like this video, share this video around, and of course, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.